So once again, public administration started experiencing influence of management science. So initially we had business-like approach by Wilson, then classical approach, behavioral approach, all will be considered still part and parcel of management science. Then thereafter you find that it was new public administration which tried to talk about political science, and thereafter again public administration started getting influenced by management science. Now the question is that if it is every time getting influenced by management science, is it the same or it is different? Like when Wilson influenced business like, so whether that business like was similar to classical approach when they were talking also about business management, scientific management. Similarly, when behavioral approach they also talk about organization, and they were more influenced by business management because they focus on organization management. And so their business like approach, so whether it was the same or they had any difference. Similarly, now when we have business management, whether it is the same. If it is the same, so there is no logic of talking that. You should know also. If it is the same, so there is no any logic why it will be talked. It means there would be differences, and that differences we have to understand. So yesterday we told that the focus of new public management is more inside organization. Although at the same time it also focuses outside organization, because it is also influenced by neoliberal philosophy. It is simply, let's say, in a way, extension of public choice approach. Public choice approach can tell what states should do, or public choice approach can tell how to maximize choices on the basis of adopting market mechanisms. Hence, public choice approach relies more on market principles, contracting out, privatization, rolling back of state, creating competition, institutional pluralism, all sort of things. But it fails to talk within organization. After all, still there will be government. After all, still there would be state, bureaucracy. So how they would be run exactly, that was not talked by public choice approach. It talks that you contract out, and then the contracting party will deliver it most efficiently. You privatize, and the party which gets that privatization right, that will deliver efficiently. Like if you give Air India to Tata, so they will run efficiently. So that is what they will say. But still there will be government. Still there will be bureaucracy. So they do not talk that how they would be run. Whether they would be run on, let's say, past principles, how they would be run. That aspect is given emphasis also by new public management, in addition to what public choice approach talks, like contracting out, privatization, it will also say. In fact, it will talk in a more defining manner, articulated manner than public choice approach. Since it is extension of public choice approach, it will become more clear, more emphatic, more, let's say that, articulative. The way, let's say that, Minobrook first, so they were very articulative. Articulative means you are very clear and you express the things very clearly. So you are very clear that, yes, anti-goals and goals. But Minobrook second, they are not clear. Again Minobrook third, so they are clear. So that is what you can say articulation. So that new public management is also very articulative in the term that what exactly they want, that what government should do, what government should not do, and how government should do. This is what they have told. If you take public choice approach, it will say that what government should not do. Right. So what government should not do, this they have talked. Or they have to some extent also told that how government should do. That is called contracting out. but they have not focused within organization ki how exactly government should run its own organization. The new public management will tell what government should do, what it should not do, and how it should do. So that's why it is technique oriented, how it should do. So when we talk about something how, so it is method and technique. Right. How you should study. So you have to adopt certain methods, approach. No, what you should study is the subject matter topic. This topic you should study, this topic you should not study. But how you should study? No, so whether you should study in air conditioned chair, table, isn't it? Library, what? How you should study? Online, offline, isn't it? So whether you should study with iPad making notes in copy or iPad. So that is what method. The how, let's say that it has given more emphasis on how part. That's why it is a model, let's say. Public choice approach is an approach. Within that you have various other approaches. So it is just, you can say that a macro approach which has several approaches which talk about weaknesses of state and bureaucracy and then what state should do. But how state should execute, that has not been told. Like new public management started philosophizing that the business of the government is not to do business. The business of the government is not to do business. And whatever the business it has, it should do that business in managerial way, right? In enterprising way. This, and that is how we can consider it. So that is background, let's say. So let's start with new public management. Then we'll start talking context, characteristics, and other things. So